Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. So we all love our pets, our animals. You get that word from the vet that your pet is ill. And what if it turns into a chronic illness? How do you deal with that? How do you understand your pet? How do you give them the best during the treatment and hoping that, things get better and move along? I mean, they're potentially could be sick for a long time. We're going to dig into that today. She is an animal communicator. I've witnessed it. I've seen it. She can connect with animals, literally read their mind. I can't think of a better way to describe it, and give us insight into what they're thinking and how to deal with animals in chronic illness. She is Ani, Animal Intuitive, and she's back on the program today. Hi, Ani. How is everything going with you?
Hi. Great.
So good to have you back. We learn so much when you're with us, and not only about what our animals are thinking, but dare I say, you're an animal expert. You are, because you've dealt with so many in so many different ways. So I'm glad we're digging into this today, chronic illness and our animals and managing it psychologically, even for ourselves, and also in terms of the medical treatment. Why don't we get right into that? Do our animals really understand that they're sick, they're going through something?
Yes, they do understand that they're not feeling well. Maybe, I wouldn't say sick. They understand that there's something going on. They understand that they're tired. Obviously, if they're in pain, some of them have even said to me their body feels heavy, or they feel lethargic. And then they'll tell me the symptoms, in other words, of what they're experiencing.
When you talk to an animal or you communicate with them, what do you get back? Let's say it's an animal that is sick, going through something very chronic, it's ongoing treatment, quality of life isn't a 10, on the 1 to 10 scale, it's been degraded. What do you hear back from them?
Okay, so an example. Let's say if somebody calls me and they say, now, again, all I have is the picture of the animal or a detailed physical description if they don't have a photo, because that happens sometimes, especially if an animal's been crossed over for a long period of time. And the name, just their name, that's it. So from there, I will ask the animal, okay, what are you feeling? Share it with me. And sometimes I will actually feel the physical symptoms. I can feel where the pain is. What if it's like tingly or hot or painful or heavy, things like that. I would say each animal is different, obviously, because it's what type of condition they have.
So everything is different when you get that call it notifications, information back from a pet. It's always
messages.
Thank you. Messages. It's always different depending on what they're going through, or does it vary animal to animal?
It really does vary animal to animal. For instance, I had a horse recently tell me that I feel uneven. My back legs feel uneven. Now, I knew nothing about this horse, but the horse had an injury, and this horse has had to undergo a lot of therapy. The horse has had chiropractic treatments. Come to find out, because of the injury, their back is not correctly aligned.
Why is that?
Because the horse was in the trailer. I didn't know this. I found this out after that. The client shared this with me after. The horse was in the trailer and they got into a car accident. In other words, the hitch trailer behind the truck. The horse was in there, and somebody hit them, and the trailer went sideways.
Oh. So this is obviously a debilitating injury to this horse.
Very debilitating. So now the horse is able to walk. They had to get a special boot to even them out and everything because the horse kept telling me, I feel uneven. I feel uneven.
Wow. So that brings me to the next question. Do they know what's best for them? Like here we are taking them to the vet. We listen to the medical professional. Sometimes you go with your gut as well. Is this a good idea or not? Or you get a second opinion. But in the end, or the beginning of the treatment, either way you want to look at it, do our animals really know what's best for them?
Well, what I always make sure of with the animal is, okay, I'll ask them, okay, what do you want? And they'll answer me in, let's say, well, I don't want to go to the vet anymore. Okay, but what do you need? Is the vet really going to help you? Let's be truthful. Yes or no, the vet you're going to currently. And then they'll tell me yes or no. And usually I'll get a sense from the animal, maybe if there's another vet or some type of practitioner that will be more helpful to them, things like that, or what types of treatments, because I will ask them too, and I'll test energetically.
Give me that again, Ani.
Okay. So it's very similar to muscle testing. Do you know what muscle testing is?
Yes, I'm learning more about that recently, where it's kind of like you get a baseline. Your body doesn't lie. It knows the answer, and it will give you a true answer with muscle testing. So you do that with animals?
Yes, I do something that I've learned how to do it internally because I've been doing this for decades now with animals. So I can get a yes or a no, kind of like green light, red light kind of thing.
Wow.
I guess. Yeah. So they'll tell me, I'll ask them, okay, well, the current medications that you're taking, are they helping? Are it by you continuing to go to the chiropractor that you've been going to, is that helping you? Yes, no, maybe, to what percentage? And I'll get a message of how much they're helping. And then if there's something else that they need to be doing.
And you're doing that through a muscle test?
Very similar to a muscle test. Yeah. I call it internal muscle testing because it's kind of like I get automatically yes or no from the animal if it's going to work or not.
Whether the treatment is going to work or the muscle test?
The treatment. Sorry. Okay. Whether the treatment is going to work. If what they're currently doing, is it good? Do they need to do something else? How do they need to switch it up? Or, if the animal, it just wants to stay comfortable.
Wow. Can you do that virtually?
Yes, I do all of my sessions either via phone or Zoom. So yes, I do.
Even the muscle testing?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's super cool. And really, I've been just learning about it in the last few months on how it works with humans. There's different modalities. There's something called the body code, the emotion code, where you can do a test. And we don't have to get into that, but I've tried it and it seems to be legit. Like you ask yourself true and false questions. Like I would ask myself, is my name Ani? And then do a muscle test and you get a certain, call it a reading back. Is my name Steve? You get something else back and it's radically different. And it's kind of like setting the baseline. So I guess you're doing it the same way, but in a different way. You're doing the same. The goal is the same, but you're doing it in a different way when you work with animals.
Right. Yes.
Wow. Let's say, and I've been through this before. I had a cat named Shmoogie that had cancer of his jaw, like his lower chin. And, now his quality of life started to degrade, but he was still hanging in there. There were some issues along the way. How do you know when it's time to just ease back on the treatment? Like we're doing this, it's really not going to make a difference. Maybe it might prolong them a month, if that, to whatever it might be. How do you know? Do you get that from a pet when you communicate with them?
Yes, I do.
Hmm.
They literally tell me. I'll ask them. I'll say, what do you feel? How are you feeling? Now, animals don't have a great sense of linear time, but they're able to give me a roundabout. So they will tell me, yes, I want to continue. I want to stay in body, or maybe uh, I'm going to try a little bit longer, and then it depends again on where they are, how long they've been with the treatment, and soul contract. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. Each individual animal is different, but they will tell me if they're ready to cross over or not.
Wow. How often has that happened for you when you were talking with them?
Again, it is individual for the animal. Though I just spoke to a dog 3 days ago that I did not know until, again, the end of the reading, because I tell my clients, please don't share anything with me. Um, that they've had a kidney disease, this dog, for years. And their person, this wonderful lady, has tried everything.
Hmm.
And again, the dog was back in the emergency room, having fluids pumped in its body, and said, I'm waiting for you to be ready. In other words, their person. I'm waiting for my person to be ready. Let's call her Mary. I'm waiting for Mary to be ready. I'm ready to cross over, but I need Mary to be ready. So I'll hang on until Mary's ready.
How do you deliver that info to their person? That's got to be so tough.
Well, I tell them like that, like I just told you.
Hmm.
And of course, she was crying. I mean, who wouldn't be crying?
Yeah.
I would be crying. It just because I speak to animals. I'm still a human being. Of course, you feel those emotions, and it's challenging. So, she did very well, and actually, I would like to say this dog's name is Terry. Terry is crossing over the Rainbow Bridge today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, we talk about things that you can offer. No one else can offer something like that. The connection to your pet at that time. I wish I had known you when my cat Maestro. It was time I felt, put him down. Um, I would have liked to have known more about what was on his mind and how to approach it, because you never know. You're never ready for it. You never know how to do it. You never know if the time is right. Wow. Wow. That's something else. When we deal with the chronic illness, with our pets, it's tough on the person. You're that's your baby. And now you have to administer medication, and you have to, go to doctor visits and keep their quality of life as best it can be. How do you not get burned out when you're caring for them?
Well, first of all, one of the biggest things is that you need to let go of the guilt.
Mm.
You need to let go of the guilt. Um, let go also of perfection. In other words, of that you're doing the best that you can with the information that you have, right? Okay. That's really, really, really important. Um, and follow your heart. So let go of that perfection. Also, do get organized. And what I mean by that is, you know that your animal, cat, dog, ferret, horse, now needs to take, I'll use my own example. My Maltese, that had a severe heart condition for the last 3 years of her life. Now she's in spirit, thank goodness, because she went through enough. She was on at the end. 5 medications. 5 medications. And so I had to get organized. What time was I going to give her medication in the morning? And I actually set a timer. And what time was I going to give her it in the evening? Because it needed to be 12 hours apart. This is what the cardiologist veterinarian told me. So I was following that. When she needed to go outside, because she needed to go outside more regularly because she had diuretics, because she had fluid around her heart and all this other kind of stuff. Also, please ask for help from your friends, from your family, support. Maybe with a situation that you have, maybe you need to hire a dog walker. Let's say if you have another dog or if you have another pet and you need help with that. Okay. And also take time for yourself, take care of yourself, do something for you every day, whether it be, meditation. For me, I paint, rocks. I do rock painting. That's one, art therapy is wonderful. What helps you get into like a zone of Zen and do something for yourself? Take a walk. Okay. Let's see. Also, enjoy the time that you have with your animal. Snuggle with them, hug them, give them that love that they need.
You said something so powerful, and we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a different type of reading you do based on that text that you just got. We'll just put it at that. Get organized. Yeah. It's so important because you become the doctor. You are administering the medication, keeping track, doing all of that. You got to be organized. And some of us naturally are, but you know what? It's so easy to derail in that situation because you got so much going on. Then you got emotions into play with that. And sometimes you forget about the organization, but yeah, it's super important.
And please remember, I really want to share this with everyone else, just because you have that sick animal, especially if you have another animal or pet, give them attention too. If you have a child, if you have somebody else in your family, remember there's other people there too. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yep. Let's not just zero in just on the sick animal. Yeah. Let's remember everybody else.
Yeah. Life has to go on. I don't mean to say that in a negative way, but life has to go on as you take care of your chronically ill pet. Ani is a animal communicator. You can find her at animalintuitive.com. So much information on your website. We're coming back with an interesting type of reading that you might not have heard elsewhere. And if you want to reach out to us, instant feedback, steve@gmail.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Parallels Desktop, the #1 choice of Mac users to run Windows on Mac. Windows applications run effortlessly. Parallels Desktop is seamless and fast. Whether you need to run a Windows program, develop or test, game, or just looking for the ultimate flexibility without having to restart, you're completely covered with Parallels Desktop for Mac. Fast, powerful, and easy.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere. making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Randy, and this is Dave.
We're the founders of Bombas, the most comfortable socks in the history of feet.
So comfortable, we sold and donated millions of pairs.
To sell and donate a lot of socks, we became obsessed with comfort.
We reinvented the sock from the ground up, adding comfort innovations along the way.
It worked. People tried them, loved them, told their friends about them,
helping us sell and donate millions of pairs.
Try them now at bombas.com/comfy and get 20% off your first order. That's bombas.com/comfy.
Ani Animal Intuitive, experienced in bridging the communication between you and your animal friend, providing energy therapy for your animals who are ill or traumatized. Go to AniAnimalIntuitive.com. That's ANI animalintuitive.com.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Yeah, we're back. We're talking with animal communicator Ani. Find her at Ani, A-N-I, animalintuitive.com. So we're going to do a different type of reading. You've done this reading for me before. Kind of a last minute thing. I am, after adopting a kitten back in July, going to do it again. And I have a bunch of different choices. And I've sent you the pictures of them, Ani. And you picked out Rocco last time. Best cat in the planet. Like, can I clone him? Because if I could, in a heartbeat, like faster, I don't care what it would cost. He's so good. I need another one just like that. So what are you getting based on the pictures of the cats that are in foster homes right now?
Now, the one that you sent me, I think the first one that you sent me was an old, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So out of the three, there's one on the top. There's the orange one, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the text. 5 seconds. Let me
yes, please.
Go right there. I'm 99% sure I got what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. So we have the sort of like the orangey slight tabby. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the one in the center. And then the two little kittens on the bottom.
And I hear the foster on the kittens doesn't want to separate them, so it would be a pair. Oh. And I'm not opposed to it, but I just want to make sure I'm getting, I want a cuddly warm. I can pick them up. I can, hug them and that kind of thing.
Well, first of all, let me ask Tanner and Rocco.
Oh.
What would fit best? Because let's see. Okay.
They will be involved. Yeah, Rocco is the kitten that I adopted over the summer. Tanner is my dog who's about 5 now.
Interesting. Okay. I'm getting from Tanner that the center photo, the second photo, in other words, is his choice. That's Tanner's choice. Now, let me see what Rocco has to say, and maybe we can come to a happy medium here.
And that center one, for everybody, that's a gray, some white, a little bit of a longer haired cat. Again, I don't know a lot about them. Okay. This is pretty much all I have.
Now, I'm not getting also from Rocco that he wants the kittens. That's interesting. Let me ask. Rocco would also be okay with the second one. He's okay with it. But now let me ask him about. They're really okay with the second, with the middle picture.
And what are your thoughts on the pair? And it's a boy and a girl, by the way.
I'm getting that from what I'm getting from their energy of the boy and the girl, that they're literally so into each other that they're going to ignore everybody else.
And I hear, actually, that's a friend who sent me that picture who has a coworker that has those two cats, and they're super playful, super cuddly. I don't know if I'm prepared for two. If it was a carbon copy of like Rocco, I would take the two. I don't know how I would do it, but I would do it. But yeah, there was actually another cat in the mix, but I grabbed that one in the center with the kind of fluffy white hair and gray, because I wondered about it. So you're gravitating toward that one at the moment.
Yes, I really am. I really am getting from both of your animals that are in your home, from both of them, that they're okay. They're both okay. Top choice would be the middle one.
Got it. Okay.
And I'm getting also, because I also check to energetically for the whole family. I'm getting that is the best cat for the ones the ones that you sent me.
Okay. All right. Love it. That'll be Steve's assignment for this weekend, to check them out and see what we're dealing with. But that's just one of the things that you do there. Again, they're fosters. I don't know anything about them, no history, and I don't even know if the fosters have a lot of information on them as well. So if you have a cat that you are adopting or have adopted, wondering what's up with them, that's one other thing you can do. And also, of course, communicate with pets that are in spirit. Or like we talked about today, if your animal has a chronic illness, you can give us insight on that. And those are just a few of the things that you can do when it comes to communication, but it's all on the website.
And also chakra energetic balancing for your animals that are ill.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing.
And it's the real deal. You can do it with humans, you can do it with pets. And if you think, oh, that energy stuff, it's all woo-woo. It's not. It's the real deal. And it can be done thousands of miles away. The energy travels. Ani, always great having you on your website, Ani, animalintuitive.com. Of course, we got you on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You're always making videos and providing information out there. And today, not the most happiest of topics, chronic illness in your pets, but something we had to talk about, right?
Yes, that's right. I want to cover as many topics as possible. And please, people, if you have a topic that hasn't been covered yet that you want it to be covered, reach out to Steve. Steve?
Yep. Instant feedback, Steve@gmail.com. And or if you want a reading, we'll consider that as well. Would love to get y'all connected with Ani. Ani, thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, have a great week, everybody.
You too. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.